So now we're going to go over the first step. And so this is knowing your goal and deadlines. And so basically all you're going to do for this is you just need to know what you need to accomplish, when you need to accomplish it, and that just gives you a rough idea of how much time you have to get this done. So first thing, you're going to write down why do you need to catch up your books. Usually it's file taxes, maybe it's to get a loan, or maybe you just want to know your numbers, like where did your money go? Do you like what you spent that money on, or do you want to make changes the next year? So that's what I want you to do. Just write that down, and then looking at my notes. So then the second thing you need to do is what months do we need to catch up? If you're filing taxes, usually it's probably going to be January 1st, to December 31st of whatever you're working on. So that's pretty easy. But maybe if you are just trying to catch up, like you got behind for the year, maybe you're just catching up like July to December. Like the first half of the year is fine, you just need to do the second half. So I want you to write that down also. It's good. It's like when I'm starting a project, I like to have these things clearly set out because as you'll see later on, it's really important to know exactly what months you're working on. Okay, the last thing I want you to do is write down the due date for your goal. So if you're filing taxes, your due date is either tax day or whatever date your tax preparer told you that you need to have your books done by, or the extension date, that's the absolute last date. But write down that day, and then if you don't have a specific day you need to finish, then decide on a day. Because you want to have a day, like when is this going to be done? Because you want to spend all your time on this. Like you want to finish, that way you can do other things. So write that down, and then we'll move on to the next one. So I just wanted to go over, usually most people want to know, how long will this take? How long will it take to catch my books up and be done with this whole process of catch up? So I have two suggestions on how to do this because really the timeline depends. I know it depends. It depends on if how complex your business is, like how much money is going in and out, how many bank accounts you have, if you've already done your books and you need to fix something, so that might take a little bit longer to figure out. And then how many months are you behind? If you're doing a whole year versus just 3 months, obviously the whole year is going to take more time. So, uh, so my two suggestions for to finish this is that you can either pick a day to do everything, which is possible, especially if you don't have too much going on, or you can spread these tasks out over several days. So maybe like each step, you just dedicate one day to complete one step, and then another day for the next step, like that. So my personal suggestion, I like to kind of get things done with at once. So I would probably prefer to do the full day. And then if I don't finish, in that one day for whatever reason, then I would usually move on to the second way of just spreading out the rest of the things I have to do.